organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, see what the University of Iowa is planning to build next on campus.
And find out what band will be performing for free on the Pentecost during homecoming week.
And in sports,
an exclusive interview with the head volleyball coach, Bon Szymanski, in our first news segment of What It Takes.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Michelle Nago.
And I'm Hannah Thompson.
The University of Iowa may be building another residence hall in the near future. Documents released Tuesday say the Board of Regents will decide next week whether to approve planning for a residence hall on the east side of campus near Burge and Courier Hall. The new residence hall would house 800 students and be 10 stories tall. The building's estimated to cost $80 million. The current housing system has a capacity of 5,600 students.
And construction at the University of Iowa Theater building is almost complete. Setbacks to the project happened after the basement flooded during the summer. Renovations to the building included air conditioning and electrical units on the third floor, a remodeled basement, and a newly designed patio. Classes are still taking place in the building. The head of the theater department, Alan McVeigh, expects the construction to be completed in October.
Students gathered outside on the patio of the Papa John Business Building where they had the chance to attend the annual Tippy Fest. Starting at 3 o'clock today, School of Tippy business students, professors, and student organizations gathered around to celebrate the start of the school year and recruit more students. We spoke with the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs for the Tippy School of Business, Ken Brown.
We have 27 recognized within the college and also an opportunity for them to recruit. So we have students here coming and getting a free meal and learning what the organizations do, and at each of these tables you'll see a little recruiting pitch so we can grow these organizations and help them become even better into the future.
Students enjoyed free food, music, and networking opportunities.
The UI's homecoming is just around the corner, and we now know what free entertainment to expect after the homecoming parade on the Pentecost. The student organization Scope announced today on Twitter that 90s band The Wallflowers will be co-headlining the free concert on the Pentecost. The opening act is still yet to be announced.
With classes now in full swing, students are turning to Icon to get their assignments and course information. But what they see when they get there may be a little unfamiliar. Daily Iowan TV's Nick Fisher has the story.
This fall, Icon, the course management system used by the University of Iowa, looked very different from how it did just one semester ago. The transformation was in large part due to a version change by the Icon vendor. But Dave Long, Icon technical and support team lead, explained several benefits of the updated program.
There's more notification options for students inside of Icon, like they can sign up to get an email or a text message when their instructor enters a grade for them in Icon.
The upgrade was also very beneficial to faculty and staff. The new and improved Icon allows instructors to activate courses directly from the dashboard, as well as being able to easily upload files with a new drag and drop feature. However, even with these new qualities, some students found navigation around the site to be a bit of a challenge.
I don't really mind the new Icon layout. I mean, it's definitely different. It's upgraded a lot, but I mean, I thought the other one was a lot easier to navigate. Now there's just like a lot of different tabs and selections to choose from, so I think for some people it might be confusing.
Icon training sessions have been made available to students and staff this week, with a final session scheduled for Friday morning from 9:30 to 11:30 in the University Capitol Center. Nick Fisher, Daily Iowan TV.
The University of Iowa is welcoming a Korean Language Institute to campus. The UI has been collaborating with Iowa Women's University in Seoul, South Korea since last winter. The decision to start the Korean Institute here comes after an increase in Korean course offerings and language enrollments. The partnership between the UI, Iowa, and the King Sejong Institute will mark the first of its kind in the Midwest. There will be an opening celebration in the IMU on October 8th.
The UI College of Education is implementing a new program this year to help veterans and enlisted personnel complete their degrees in the College of Education. Their program is called iServe, which stands for Iowa Supports Education Resources for Veterans and Enlisted. The program will help them with the application process, coursework, and graduation. iServe will allow veterans to continue to serve after they leave the armed forces.
And stay with us coming up on Daily Iowan TV, today's Spotlight interview when we talk to the new director of the Journalism and Mass Communication program.
And find out what warning the UI sent to students through email on Tuesday. But first, Abby's standing by to give us an update on how the weather's shaping up for this weekend.
Abby, what can we expect?
Well, it looks like the heat will stick around a few more days. Surprisingly, the average temperature during the month of September in Iowa is in the high of the 80s, so don't expect the heat to leave too soon. Tomorrow morning, we'll start off a little cooler at 72 degrees, so be sure to wear something light to class because as the day continues, temperatures will hit a high of 86 degrees by the evening. As we roll into the weekend, the temperature will drop to a more comfortable level in the mid-70s, just in time for tailgating on Saturday. There will be great weather to start off next week with clear skies and temperatures will stick around the mid-70s. It looks like a forecast full of clear skies and sunshine. Thanks, guys. Back to you at the desk.
The Center for Diversity and Enrichment held an open house yesterday to say goodbye to their longtime director, Nancy J. Humbles. Humbles retired yesterday after working at the UI for over 20 years. Humbles helped multicultural students graduate from the university and oversaw scholarship programs such as the Advantage Iowa Award. Humbles accepted the director position in 2007.
And in our Spotlight segment tonight, we talked with a new director on campus. David Reif is the new director of the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. We caught up with him to find out what plans he has in store for the journalism school.
Iowa City as a community really fits my family's needs. I have a young family. You can see the pictures along the wall. Young family, it's a great place to raise kids. We're really happy about that.
Reif faces challenges coming into his new role at the school because of the always changing journalism industry.
Questions around J schools are changing. They're changing a lot faster than J schools are typically adapting. And so what we're going to try to do is make the curriculum here a little more flexible. Not that we're ever going to keep up. We're in a university and universities operate according to a different sense of time. But we can certainly respond better than we have in the last 5 years or so.
Reif is excited to be on campus and looks forward to the school year.
If you're a university student, you most likely received an email Tuesday from the University of Iowa Department of Public Safety about 2 more students who were sexually assaulted on campus. The report said on Sunday 1 student was sexually assaulted by an acquaintance in a residence hall, and the 2nd student reportedly was sexually assaulted Monday by an acquaintance on an on-campus residence.
And now we're going to toss things over to our sports studio where Austin Luce and Kimmy Chex are standing by to give us an update on Iowa volleyball and soccer.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. A lot on tap tonight for this Wednesday edition of the program. For Kimmy Chex, I'm Austin Luce.
We kick off the program with the Lady Hawks volleyball squad sweeping Tulane during their Texas A&M Invitational. The Hawks swept the Green Wave in a 3-0 series despite the defeat against the Aggies. The Hawks' overall record is 3-0 under new head coach Bon Szymanski.
That's right, Kimmy. Szymanski enters his 12th year as a head coach. He spent the last 5 seasons at Marquette. Szymanski is just the 9th head coach of the volleyball program.
Daily Iowan sports reporter Jessica Fobert sat down with the new head coach about his plans for the program. Jessica?
Hi, I'm Jessica Fobert, and I'm here with the new head volleyball coach, Bon Szymanski. So, Bon, you attended the University of Iowa, correct?
I did, yeah.
So, how does it feel to be back?
You know, it's great for me to be back. A lot of the things are still the same, but a lot of it's changed. The thing that I love is it's still diehard Hawkeyes here. The college students here are still super passionate about sports and really just a ton of great energy. I have been around a lot of especially the incoming freshmen so far this past week as they get geared up to start school, and it's just a ton of fun to be around a group of people like that.
So how would you describe your coaching style, and how do you think it's going to fit in the program?
My coaching style, I'm crazy. I'm really crazy. We run things really fast-paced. We're pretty aggressive in the gym. We definitely don't mince words or soften the blow ever. We're going after pretty hardcore, but we want to win, and so we do everything is geared toward winning, and it's been going well so far.
And you've coached with the Big East and the Atlantic Coast Conference. So stepping up to the Big Ten, how do you envision the competition changing?
Well, the Big Ten's tough. You know, every team, every night is good, and that's probably the most significant change. The ACC is a top quality conference. The Big East was a top quality conference, and I was fortunate enough to win some conference championships in those leagues, and so now I'm bringing that same philosophy here. You know, I'm here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's win. And so along the way, of course, we're going to really shape great role models, great student athletes, great competitors, but we're doing it all in the name of winning as Hawkeyes.
Well, thank you for joining me today, Coach Szymanski, and back to the studio.
Thanks, Jessica. Szymanski squad returns to action starting this weekend at the Arizona State Tournament. Saturday, Iowa is set to take on the University of Alabama at Birmingham and Idaho State. On Sunday, the Hawks go up against the Sun Devils.
Tonight we begin our first edition of our segment called What It Takes. Each Wednesday, a reporter will show exactly what a player has gone through to get to the level they are at now. With that, we'll kick it over to Chloe Russell, who's standing by. Chloe?
The University of Iowa women's soccer team scored yet another win on Monday night against Butler. But they couldn't have done it without one player in particular. This player has worked hard on and off the playing field these last 3 years to allow herself to finish her senior year off strong. Who could this possibly be other than Chloe Lacasse? Let's take a look.
For some people, the game of soccer might just be a blur, a game that they have never understood or thought to be a part of. But for one player, the game of soccer has completely taken over her life. This would be no one other than Chloe Lacasse, senior forward for the University of Iowa, who has played soccer all of her life.
When I was a little kid, I played competitively in my hometown, and then I made the provincial team, which is kind of like a state team here. So I played for that for about 4 or 5 years, and then I did a couple national things, and I got recruited through the provincial program at an ID camp. And coming from Canada, you have to kind of come to showcases in the States. It's a lot of driving.
But you might ask, how did this player get on this road of wanting to play competitive soccer?
Personally, my brother and I used to be super competitive against each other, and then he started playing. He's older than I am, and then I wanted to play just because I wanted to beat him pretty much. So it all started then.
With playing for so long, Chloe isn't ready to stop all of her hard work now. She is looking to improve on one thing.
Shooting as soon as I turn quickly. I've always been someone that wants to see the perfect shot before taking it.
Others know without a doubt that she will achieve this.
I would say that a lot of people look at Chloe and just see a hard worker. If she loses the ball, she's the first one to get back. She most of the time wins it. When she has the ball, you are confident in her.
Not only does she have her teammates to back her up, but also statistics to back up her future.
I've never really looked at statistics, but it's obviously pretty cool to have that in your background and statistically, but I don't play games to score goals. We play games to win, essentially.
Chloe Russell, Daily Iowan TV.
Right now, Lacasse currently stands second in Iowa women's soccer program history for the most game-winning goals and assists. She also holds the third-place title for overall points. As the season continues, Chloe will have a great chance to become Iowa's soccer all-time leading scorer. That's all I have for you guys here. Austin and Kimmy, back to you at the studio.
Well, that'll do it for us here in the sports studio. Tomorrow, make sure to check out our Thursday night pregame show.
We'll have everything you need to know about this Saturday's football matchup against the Ball State Cardinals, including an in-depth look at Canada native Tavon Smith and his transition as a go-to wide receiver for the Hawkeyes.
Hannah, Michelle, back to you guys at the desk.
And make sure to check out Thursday's edition of the Daily Iowan.
Get your update on what CAN bus routes are changing on campus.
And find out more information on a group that's meeting to combat street harassment.
And before we leave you tonight, strange news coming out of Mason City today. 2 teenage boys are facing felony charges after what their parents say is harmless fun.
Mason City Police charged 2 boys, 13 and 14 years old, with felony charges after they stripped around 4 to 5 feet of bark off of a trunk of the tree near an elementary school.
The charges will be off their record once they become legal adults at age 18. The charges are based on the dollar amount of what it will take to replace the tree.
But that's all we have tonight. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to catch Daily Iowan TV at 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And follow us on Twitter.
Also, stay up to date with campus news at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.